so much for staying with us. This is Politics Tonight, where we dig beyond the headlines. And tonight I've been speaking with Professor Emmanuel Dele Balogun, Associate Professor of Economics, former staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and former Commissioner for Finance in Edo State. And tonight we focus on foreign exchange matters and NNPCL's $3 billion facility. So, Prof, let's move to the second point of this conversation. There was excitement over this emergency crude repayment loan from Afrexim Bank. Can you throw more light on this loan?
Well, I wouldn't describe it. When I read it and I Googled it, I also saw the arrangement. The first logical interpretation I gave to it is that it's like futures. You know, in foreign exchange markets, you have spot market and futures market. And the way, technically, I looked at it, is that the NNPC is saying that they are borrowing foreign exchange from the Afrexim Bank to be paid with supply of crude petroleum, maybe at an interest rate, so to say. So two activities are involved. In other words, it's like they are probably mortgaging their future exports to be able to earn today what they will have earned when they will be selling it in future. That's okay. There's nothing wrong perfectly with that. But sometimes too, and this is where we make the mistake, every foreign exchange earned to the economy, especially if it is being earned by MDAs, it comes and it is actually surrendered to the central bank. I use that layman language of surrendering because the foreign exchange is not a legal tender in our country. And therefore, the first thing that you often see that is done is that the beneficiaries, that is probably the central government and all others that are supposed to benefit from it, would approach the central bank and say, okay, we've gotten this loan and the rest of it. Now, and this is why I said it's funny the way they are saying it's loan to finance foreign exchange market. You can't realize foreign exchange that you need to use judiciously to say that you want to finance your domestic foreign exchange market dominated by speculators. So that's why I said the good side is that it is not a loan per se. It's a self-liquidating loan. And it is commodity sales. It's future sales. That is, you are selling your product. You are getting today what maybe could take you another 2 or 3 months to be able to sell. So you realize the money today. So right. There's nothing absolutely wrong.
Is this loan, one question I would like to ask you is this loan risky for NNPC or the Nigerian Treasury? I'm asking because this is coming at a time experts are complaining over the country's rising debt.
This loan is not risky at all. What is risky is what the proceeds of this loan will be deployed to. I'm a little worried that if you were borrowing this and you are telling me, oh, we have borrowed $3 million because we want to use it to revamp the NNPC, then I can understand. But to say you want to use it to finance foreign exchange market, which market? Which market? Market dominated by speculators, rent seekers, people who reap where they did not sow. This is the real issue. So there's nothing wrong with loan, but it has to be tied loan. If today they come up and say, okay, this $3 billion that we borrowed, we want to expand the rail from so place to so place. We want to build modular refineries. We want to... I can understand. Mark you, why I'm stressing this is that for Naira loan, you don't need external loan to create Naira loan. Central Bank can simply print money and give to government. High-powered money. That's what is done everywhere. For us, that we are paying at a high rate when we borrow dollar, to the U.S. government, when they have crisis, they just print and pay.
So what is the difference between...
Let us not mix all these things up.
Prof, what is the difference between this and previous oil swap deals?
The difference between this and oil swap deals is that the oil swap deals was, I won't say fraudulent, but it was a corporate reaction to a wrong policy. Where the policy was wrong is this. Here we are, NNPC, they were struggling to survive and the rest of it. And then you introduced a policy whereby you said NNPC refineries no longer have access to get subsidized crude for their refinery. That's one. If they don't have subsidized crude, and you expect them to be competitive, then you further penalize domestic refinery by creating import licenses for independent importers. And the subsidy was tied to the importers. Because the way the subsidy was implemented is that you tell the importer that just bring in the petrol. If you bring it at the ruling exchange rate at that time, if the landed cost is 300 naira per liter of petrol, please don't sell more than 150 naira per liter. Okay. Then the importer is now encouraged to fill forms to come back to the government to come and collect. So there is an essential difference between the two.
So, Prof, many Nigerians are wondering if the loan will really help stabilize fuel prices. Will it? Prof, did you get my question?
I get your question. I'm also wondering, is it capable of solving the problem? The reason is that the loan is not the issue. The issue is that those who were gaining from the legal, the business of importing petrol, over-invoicing it, and claiming the subsidies only reacted to the wrong policy, domestic policies that we put in place. I would say wrong domestic policies that we put in place, because when let me complete it. When you say every now and then you destroy illegal refineries and bunkers and the rest of it, you blacklist their company for refining illegally, and these people move their modular refineries to offshore, just around us, and suddenly bring petrol back as independent importers, and they benefit handsomely.
Thank you so much, Prof.
From the subsidy.
Sadly, we're out of time. Sadly, we could not exhaust the scope of our conversation tonight, but we'll definitely have another day. Thank you so much, Prof. I was speaking with Professor Emmanuel Dele Balogun, Associate Professor of Economics, former staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and former Commissioner for Finance in Edo State. Thank you so much, Prof, for coming on the program tonight and for helping us simplify some of these issues. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke WO using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Have a great weekend.